Hey guys, Chris Mitchell here with ClerkHound, and today I'm going to give you a brief overview of a lot of the features that are featured in ClerkHound so that you can know just how powerful this software is. Right now you're looking at the dashboard. Now the dashboard gives you a lot of different features and widgets that you can use to customize your own shop. For example, in this left-hand side you see our latest enhancements and our bug fixes that we've done to go each week to fix and add all the new features to ClerkHound. You can read that every week and it will show you when it's been updated so that you know the new features and enhancement that we add every week to ClerkHound. I've created several widgets called payment failures and suspended accounts. That way, when I see that a payment failure hasn't gone through or an account has been suspended, I can actually show all and I can see all of that customer's information to which payments I need to call on and which accounts I also need to check on to update their credit card. I also have customized notes here. So I want to call this person to move them from an ACH to credit card. I've got this right here to call when our Gretsch guitars and drums get in. And then of course I've tagged a few people to call that want our rental returns. They would like us to pick up their band instruments. But you can do all kind of cool things, even add a cool clock to let everybody know when they log in exactly what time it is. Now, under your customers list, it's really cool. You can go ahead and look any customer up that you want to, and it's a really fast system. If I added the customer's full name, it would narrow that down, of course, put that to the top of the list. Now, if I want to add a new customer, it's pretty simple. Every button in ClerkHound allows you to add new right here. You can also add multiple contacts to every customer that you create. Our product list is exactly the same way. Let's say I wanted to find the latest D'Addario EJ16 strings. I can go ahead and super find that fast, or I could type in D'Addario, and of course it'll show me everything that's listed under D'Addario. And you guessed it, to add a new product, you just click new. I can type in the name, the sell price, inventory. I can scan the barcode. I can add the supplier right there. If you already have a supplier in your system and you start typing, it'll automatically populate that area. I can add the SKU from the supplier and the cost from that supplier. You can also add multiple suppliers. So if I want to do this and add EIJ23 or 1J23 and $23, and I said D'Addario Superstring, I'm making up something, and I want to sell it for $45. Let's say I save that. I can also add another supplier if I can get that from multiple suppliers right there. It's a super powerful way to have a lot of different vendors for your different suppliers. Now under invoicing, you have what you've invoiced today, what is open, and of course these are the invoices that have not fully been paid yet. These can be repairs that you finished. They can be customers that have come in and want to make payments on an item, so you set them up for a payment plan. You can completely do that in ClerkHound. It is super powerful and will let you track all of your open invoices. And then of course your processed invoices. These are ones that have been paid. These are finished and out of the way, but you can always check to see if a customer comes in and what they've bought. So if I go looking here, for an item that someone purchased, I can say, hey, he came in that day and he bought an amplifier. And on this day, he got a Plek machine set up. And so now we know that this customer that's every invoice that I've had with that customer. So that's kind of cool how invoices work. To create a new one, you guessed it. You just click invoice and you can create a walk-in invoice if it's a one-time shopper from out of town, or you can search your customer database and enter it right there. Super fast to create invoices in ClerkHound. Now orders are really powerful. Orders allow you to order custom items for your customer. For example, you see that I've got this customer on order and I say, wait a minute, he wants 5 of these strings. I can click my quantity and I can see, wait, I've already got 5 in stock. So while you add a product, you can say, okay, if I add EJ15, for example, if I add these strings, it automatically showed me that I had 4 right there in inventory. I can click, and if he wants 1, I can see, well, I've got 4 in inventory, so no, I don't have to order that. I should have those in stock. But if I want to maintain a certain number, I can add them on order. What's really cool about the ordering process, it will track this order all the way through the receiving process, and you can then contact that customer when that comes in. We'll go over that in just a second. Now in repairs, ClerkHound makes it super powerful to do repairs. It shows you all of your open repairs and gives you the status on the right side. So you can see it's open if you haven't done anything with it, if it's on the bench, if you're looking at it, if it's partially paid, if a customer has already paid some on it. And then of course you can also do different variable things. For example, if I create a new repair, I'm going to go back to my old Justin here. And let's just say I'm going to go ahead and say, we're just going to go ahead and do this guitar. It's already, no, you know what, I'll do a Vox AC 30 amp. And we'll just say tube issues. I can go ahead and put the receipt there. And then I can choose my technician. I can also say, I'm going to go ahead and choose what type of repair it is. And then I can say, open, diagnosed, parts ordered, on bench, canceled and returned, or invoiced. So I can go through this type of thing right here and keep an eye on where it is in the repair status. Notice that it won't let you save it yet because I haven't done anything to include labor. And we do that to protect you so that you at least have an idea that when you repair estimate on a new order, or excuse me, on a new repair, that you can actually make sure that you give that customer some sort of idea that your repair estimate. Now you can change this at any time, and you can even put special notes down here that saying this is just an estimate. And you can let the customer know anything that you want. You also have internal notes that you can keep. You can put notes on the customer, and you can see that this is all of the notes that that customer has. You can also have linked items to the repair. You can see any unpaid invoices or emails that you may have sent this customer. And what it's going to do, it's going to pull up any contact that you've ever done with this customer right there in the repair. Super, super powerful. Quotes are just like what you thought. You create a new quote, and you can do a new quote for a customer. You can also see the quotes that you have not sent out yet, and you can see the ones that you've processed. You can see that sometimes they leave and ordered, sometimes they're paid, and sometimes they're sent. That means that customer may not have done anything on this quote yet, but you know you've sent it to them. So you can rest assured. Super powerful feature in ClerkHound. Your suppliers are exactly what you think they are. That's all your suppliers. So I could look up any supplier that I have. So if I wanted to look up the music people, I can go ahead and pull up them. And you're going to notice it's going to pull up a lot of things with music because guess what? These are a lot of music companies. So if I pull up the music people, it will also show you every contact that I have within that company. It's super powerful. It'll also show you the purchases that you've done with them, whether or not they've been received, and you can continue to show that and know the statuses immediately of what you had on order with that company. So if you need to do follow-ups and hey, we didn't get this product here on this PO. If I click it, I can track it. It's super, super powerful. Purchases are our purchase orders that we've placed with these companies. So what's really neat about that is if I've got an item here, I can see who this is for underneath that purchase order. So when I order that, I know that I need to call that person when it comes in. Our purchase orders are a little different than our regular orders because you create an order to order something for your stock or for a customer. And then your purchase orders is how you order those orders to your vendors. So it's a super powerful way to call your customers back when you receive a purchase. This is what really separates ClerkHound from a lot of other off-the-shelf or just any kind of software. This makes it a lot more bespoke for your store. You can really use that feature to really increase your sales. Now your message center is what you think it would be. It keeps track of all your emails and your texts to your clients. It'll show you back and forth people that you've contacted and what you've talked about, whether or not you've texted them that a repair is ready or whether or not that you've emailed them that a repair is ready. Your timesheets are really powerful. It's a good way to show that you've got a lot of timesheets and you've got some things that you can select your employees. They can obviously start a new timesheet, or you can just basically check if you've done a completed series. You can see how many hours they've worked in a completed range. You can also do this in the reporting area. So these are your current employee logins. Notice I don't have any employees logged in at the moment, but these are the ones that have completed. Now, under your reports, you can actually run timesheet reports and figure out how much you've actually, how many hours they've worked. So for example, I'll go ahead and do a timesheet report from today to then, and I can see that this guy worked 4.26 hours. So I know exactly what to pay my employees. You can also do this week and run report. This is a brand new week, so that was none. I can see last month what my total hours were. So you can see there's a lot of hours on there, and I can run those reports and figure out what my hours are like. Now under reports, you've also got your sales report, you've got your key metrics, invoice line item detail, and that will break down every item you sold. You've got your billing transactions and your billing invoices, and that's your recurrent billing, not your invoices, but your recurrent billing invoices. So the recurrent billing invoice, the recurrent billing section is a super powerful feature of ClerkHound. It allows you to create a custom plan, a custom anything that you want to do to double check all of your lessons. It will keep track of anything that you want, whether it's serialized numbers for your instruments. So if you had a person studying, in this case, if I said John Smith, and let's say they were renting a violin. Let's just say they were renting a violin, and you could put the instructor if it's private lessons. You can write down what school they go, and you can put the serial number of the violin down there. Now, we also use this for lessons. So I may say John Lynn is taking violin lessons, and their instructor is Sammy Jones. So I know a lot of different things that I can do to track this person's lessons, where that instrument is. I can also then search that by serial number. So if I go to a school and there's no instrument there, and they don't have a kid's name attached to it, I can search by serial number and would find it right away. So that's a super powerful feature of ClerkHound. It really keeps up with all of your billing. It shows you your inactive customers. It shows you the customers that maybe didn't have payments that went through. And then of course it shows you your plans, the different types of plans that you want to do to keep up with your rentals. So it's really cool, your rentals or your lessons, for example. Anyway, and of course that little idea right there, that's RosterHound. That's super, super exciting, and we're going to show you that in a little while. It's super powerful, and it comes out very soon. So anyway, this is a quick overview of what ClerkHound can do for your business. It can handle all of your customers, your products, your invoices, your orders, your repairs, your quotes, your suppliers, your purchase orders, your messages to and from your customer, your timesheets for your employees, your reports, and of course, your recurring billing. And that's just how powerful ClerkHound is.